Alright guys, we hit the first stop of our Goodwill hunting trip here. This is one I've never been to before. This is in Fogelsville, Pennsylvania. It's a couple miles past the one in Allentown. I just figured it was worth a shot because I've never been here before. So we're going to go inside and see what I can figure out and see what I can find. Alright guys, just leaving the Fogelsville Goodwill. Did find some games a little bit. They had Final Fantasy 9 on the PS1. It was $10. It was the green greatest hits version, so I wasn't really too interested in that. Final Fantasy 12 for the PS2 for $3, decent deal. Don't really see myself playing it, so I left it behind. A couple of games here and there, but nothing really great. I mean, nothing that really stuck out at me, so I'm leaving empty-handed from Fogelsville. We're gonna head down to the Allentown Goodwill now, and I'll take some shots outside the store there, and hopefully I come out with something from there. Alright guys, here we are, stop number 2. This one should look familiar. I come here a lot. This is the Goodwill in Allentown off of Tillman, and yeah, we're going to go in here and see what we can find. Hopefully something better than a couple of Final Fantasy games. So I'm going to go in and check it out. Alright guys, just left the Allentown Goodwill. At first I thought I found nothing. I found a good picture frame for $1 because I have, I believe it's a Shenmue 2, like a magazine ad I want to frame for my wall in the game room. So I was like, for $1, I'll pick that up. On my way out, I look in the glass case, and sure enough, I come across video games. And there's a guy like almost trying to push me aside, like to get into the case because like he saw what I saw, but I was there first. So I saw a bunch of NES games. I didn't want to pick them all up. I had every single one of them. But for the price, I got to pick them up because I'll find somebody who needs them or wants them. First game I picked up, it was $3, and that is Arkanoid for the NES. Arkanoid, and that is the 5-screw variation. So I am going to check my collection when I get home and see whether or not I have the 5-screw or the 3-screw. I know I've got a complete in box with the controller. I'm not sure if that was a 5 or 3 screw. So I do have a 5-screw that hopefully, if I don't have it, I now do. So for $3, I couldn't pass that up. Second game I picked up comes with a black sleeve, and it was $4, and it is the gray version of the Adventures of Link on the NES. As you can see, these games are like pristine. I mean, they're in really, really good shape. When I saw that, I couldn't pass it up. I mean, for $4, how do you beat that? So $4, Adventures of Link on the gray variation of it. And then the last one I picked up, also in a sleeve, as you can see, there's the Goodwill tag. It was, if I can get it to clear up, $3.97, so $4, same as Link. This is, again, it's a little dusty, but it's just in great condition. I already have it, but like I said, you can't, I'll find somebody who needs this because it's such an amazing game. Mega Man 2. I mean, as you can see, it is absolutely pristine. It may actually be in better condition than the one I have. And if that's the case, I'll switch it out. But Mega Man 2, absolutely awesome for the NES. So, I got my $1 picture frame and then ended up walking out. I spent $11 and change on those 3 games combined. So, absolutely awesome score there. I believe there's another Goodwill close by. I'm going to see if I can hit that. If not, I'm going to hit the one back by my house, and then we'll call it a wrap. So we'll cut to the next one now. Alright guys, we're still in Allentown, Pennsylvania. There is a new one I've never been to, and that is on Lehigh Street in Allentown. So we're going to go check that one out and see what we can find here. Alright guys, leaving the Goodwill over on Lehigh Street. That one was a bust. It's a pretty small store, and they had some games, but it was all pretty crap, like some Wii games, stuff like that. Just nothing good. So I'm gonna head out to Bethlehem and hit the last stop. Hopefully find something there. Alright guys, a little slight change of plans. I left the Goodwill, the second Goodwill in Allentown, and ended up passing by the video game store in Allentown, which I haven't been to in a long time. So I'm gonna stop in there and see what they got cooking, and then hit the Goodwill by my house and then call it a wrap. Alright guys, leaving the video game store in Allentown. I'm kind of glad I stopped. I picked up 4 titles for the N64 that I didn't have, and pretty decent prices as always. First one I picked up was $5, and that is Gex 64, Enter the Gecko. Just a fun game. Don't have it yet, so I figured I'd pick it up. It does have some Blockbuster writing on the back. No, not a big deal. Magic Eraser takes that off. The second game I picked up was $7. and I absolutely love this whole series, and this is one I don't have yet. That is Bust a Move 99 for $7. Bust a Move 99 for the N64. Really looking forward to playing that. I mean, pretty much you play one, you play them all, but you know, it's still fun nonetheless. Picked up this one just because I'm intrigued. I like puzzle games, and I've never played this one. It was $8, which I don't know if it was a good price or not, but who cares? I wanted it. That's Pokemon Puzzle League for the N64, $8. Pokemon Puzzle League. And the last one I picked up is pretty beat up, but I've never come across it before, so I'll keep my eyes out for one that's in better condition eventually for the collection, but for now I've got it and I can play it. It was $6, which, you know, for the condition was not the greatest, but Clay Fighter 63 1/3. As you can see, there's like some scratches and some marks, and you know, it's just real beat up. The back scratched up, everything like that. So, you know, like I said, not the greatest of conditions, but I'll keep my eyes peeled for a new one. But for now, I do have Clay Fighter 63 1/3 now in my collection, which is really, really awesome. You know, I've always liked that game. So those 4 games, $26 plus tax, so it's like 27 something. Not too bad, I don't think. I mean, you figure averages, give or take, around $6 a game. I'll take that all day long. So I'm gonna hit up the last Goodwill and call it a wrap. All right, guys, last stop along this Goodwill trip, and this is the one in Bethlehem on 191. We're going to go in and see what I can find and see what we can wrap up on this trip here. All right, guys, back in the game room after the massive Goodwill trip, I guess you want to call it. I was actually able to come across a bunch of stuff. As you saw some along the way, I'll do a recap at the end. But I ended up at the Goodwill in Bethlehem, which I didn't show you from the car. I started to run out of memory on my phone. So I have the phone upstairs uploading those clips to the computer now so that I can then put this on it and then put this video out for you. The Goodwill in Bethlehem, actually, I ended up buying 5 games. They usually have nothing, and I was actually surprised that I came across some good stuff. I mean, nothing rare and nothing special, really, but I was able to come across a bunch that I thought was either going to be fun or just something to add to the collection for a couple bucks. So I did find 3 PlayStation 1 games, a Dreamcast game, and an original Xbox game. So I'm going to kick it off here. As you saw the other ones already from the earlier stops, I do have one item that I picked up at the Bethlehem Goodwill that I just couldn't show you until now. I probably will have trouble showing you now, but anyway, I'll get to that in a second. First came up was $2.97, so figure $3 for the PlayStation 1, and that is Jeopardy! As you can see, there's the tag there for $3. It's a game show game. I mean, it's probably going to be repetitive at some point. The questions, I'm sure, will repeat like they always did back in the day. But I mean, it's fun. It's a game show game. It's kind of fun to just play, especially if you have a friend over, grab a beer, play some some quiz show type games. So I figure for $3, Jeopardy! Was a cool addition to the collection. Never really came across this for the PlayStation 1. So along the same lines, another game show game that was $1.97. Now I'm not really sure about why the price difference, but who knows? Maybe it's because the case has stickers all over it. Who knows? That game is Wheel of Fortune for the PlayStation 1. As you see, $2. Again, it's Wheel of Fortune. It's fun. It's just like a fun party type game. You have someone over. Mindy and I want to come down here, just play some lighthearted type stuff. That's a perfect game for it. And I pretty much have Wheel of Fortune for almost every system I own, so I kind of had to pick it up. So just to continue that. So that was $2. Another game I picked up, I have no idea if it's going to be any good, but typically like the Disney games usually are fun. It's a Disney Pixar game for $3. I'm a huge Pixar fan, so I figured, again, why not? For $3, I picked up Toy Story 2, and that is Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. So Toy Story 2 for $3. As you can see, typical PS1 graphics, not the greatest in the world, but again, it just looks like some fun. Again, just for $3, a game that I don't have, and I tend to like the Disney / Pixar game stuff, so why not? The one Dreamcast game I picked up, ultra common. I mean, nothing special about it, just one I didn't have. I have all the other ones in the series. I didn't have this one yet for $3. I picked up NFL 2K2. The NFL 2K series was so awesome back in the day, especially on Dreamcast. I remember playing I believe it was 2K, and it was just so awesome. And I'm sure it's just absolute junk now compared to what we're used to playing. But again, Dreamcast collection, For the right price, I'll pick up any Dreamcast game pretty much and try to expand that collection. So, and if I believe I have NFL. I know I have NFL 2K. I have 2K1 now. I have 2K2. Again, just a collection builder. Who knows? I probably won't play this ever, but it's, like I said, it's for the collection and to expand my Dreamcast numbers. So, for $3, I picked that up. And then this game, never been a big fan of this series. The movies were like okay in my book. They were great movies, just it wasn't one of my favorites. But I saw this sitting at Goodwill for $3, complete in box for the original Xbox. And you know, I looked at the back and kind of looked at the graphics and stuff. I'm like, it looks kind of fun. A little bit of a crack like on the case on the bottom, but that's not a big deal. But for $3, I did pick up Enter the Matrix for the original Xbox. So I mean, for $3, I figured, you know what, why not? I very rarely pick up anything for the original Xbox because I very rarely come across something I want. You know, there were so many games for that system, there's no way I'm collecting to try to complete that collection. I just pick up stuff I think would be fun, and this looks fun. I mean, the graphics look pretty stellar for the original Xbox, to be honest with you. And, you know, I figured why not? So I get it for $3, I picked it up. So I picked up those 5 games. Those 5 games were, I believe, like $14 and change. So, I mean, you know, like I said, NFL, not going to play it, but good for the collection. The PS1 games are pretty fun, I would think. I mean, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, you pretty much know what you're getting. Toy Story 2, who knows? I mean, if it's no good, you know, so be it. And Enter the Matrix just looks pretty stellar for the generation that it was on. So for $14 to pick up 5 games, I call that pretty much a win. That's pretty cool. So, and then the last pickup that I got from that Goodwill, I'm going to kind of stand up a little bit because I need to drag it over here. If I don't knock stuff over in the meantime. But over this way, I'm going to slide it over here. And as you can sort of see, it is a gaming shelf. It's, you know, you can see it's a pretty tall, skinny. I'd say it stands about, I don't know, 4 to 5 feet tall. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but it has like these shelves, removable shelves right here. And as you can see like the gleam, it has little pegs, so you can actually pull those pegs out. I'm sure I probably need like a hammer or something to do it, like a pliers. But you can pull the pegs out and adjust the shelves to different heights. So like, if you need, like for instance, I pretty much bought this with the thought that this would be great for like my Sega CD collection, maybe my 3DO collection, stuff like that, where it would be good to adjust it for larger height. And to maybe get my Sega CD collection in one case like this. I think this was like $10. It's nice and sturdy. I mean, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 adjustable shelves, which of course, if you make them bigger, it may not fit all of that. But I can adjust one shelf to be like maybe CD sized and have like my TurboGrafx or something along those lines. So, you know, just to kind of like mix it all together. And then maybe even like some of the games that were like the 3DO games that were in CD-sized cases, I can have like all my 3DO games together and just have those adjustable shelves like that. I think that's kind of cool. It's a cool shelf for $10, adjustable like that. Most of the shelves I have are not adjustable. You just kind of have to go with it and kind of like a Tetris almost. Like kind of just, all right, this goes here, that goes there. And it's kind of annoying in that way. So the adjustable shelves really, really help in organizing the collection. So for $10, I saw it. It needs to be, you know, cleaned up a little bit, dusted. The backing is coming off a little bit on the top, so I just want to put like one extra nail in the back just to kind of make sure it stays. But overall, really, really awesome pickup for $10. I mean, you're spending at least $20 in a store for something like that. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be like the odd-shaped case, so to speak. So like I said, Sega CD, I'm looking at my shelf now, some of the weird ones. 3DO games are huge. That's pretty much it. Those are pretty much the big ones. Everything else is pretty standard size. But you know, it's good to have that, and it's so skinny that you can kind of fit it into like a small space, which is cool. So so as you saw, the 5 games and that shelf from the Bethlehem Goodwill, video game store in Allentown, Bust a Move 99. We had Gex 64, Clay Fighter 63 and a third, and Pokemon Puzzle League, all for the N64. I forget which Goodwill, but one of the Goodwills, Mega Man 2 for $4, Adventure of Link for $4. I think that was $4. And Arkanoid 5 Screw, which by the way, I did take a look on my shelf back here, all the way up here. And I do already have a 5-screw Arkanoid, but the copy I own does have a sticker on it, like a little rental sticker. It says, this is a protective label. If tampered with, customer must purchase this tape. So that obviously came from a rental store where they had VHS tapes. So this is the one I'm going to be getting rid of because of the sticker, and I'll be hanging on to the one I just picked up since it's so nice and clean. So this one's actually going to go on my shelf. And, you know, kind of upgraded my title, so to speak. And then I did pick up this picture frame that I think I told you about. Because I do have like a Shenmue 2 magazine ad from back in the day from like Xbox magazine. Unfortunately, I just held it up before I started recording this, and the Xbox ad is like probably 11 by 17. So this frame is going to pretty much sit sealed for a little while until I find something that's 8 by 10 that would actually fit in this. But for $1.97, I'll pick up a frame. I'll always find something to hang in the game room. So overall, very successful Goodwill trip. I mean, I know some of the stops had nothing, but I mean, usually I'm used to going and finding nothing at all. And the fact that I found as much as I did, plus I hit the video game store, which is always a win. So overall, awesome trip, guys. I hope you enjoyed a little different type of footage along the way, like walking through the parking lot and all that kind of good stuff. Just different from what I normally do. I know it's not crazy different, but just something different. And hopefully you enjoyed the little tour around the half an hour or so immediate area of where I am. And that's going to wrap it up. So, till next time, guys, ACCardShark. Take care.